What's up guys, how you all doing? Cause Gary here. Today gonna be showcasing gameplay in my Grille 15, the brand new German tier 10 TD. Of course, you know, I made one initial vid where I just made it like a quick reaction, first impressions of the tank. What did I think of it, etc, etc. And I mean, truth be told, it's still, I think there's possibly maybe there's a day or two still for the on-track event. Maybe by the time this vid is released it'll be over and done with, but I think it most definitely it was kind of like the worst time ever to judge a tank, because it was A, it was brand new, and B, it had the on-track event which gave everybody, you know, 25% bonus XP for, you know, any of the tanks leading up to the tier 10. And because of that, the meta of the game was just totally screwed up, 100% screwed up. And you had a whole bunch of lightly armored TDs, you know, the baby waffles and the grills, and you had ball 6 in the game galore, you know. And it's kind of tough to judge a tank if there's also many of them on your team and also many of them on their team, and also many similar tanks, you know, at the different at other tiers. You know, on both sides. How do you judge a tank? You know, this is not a typical game, if you kind of understand what I'm saying. If there's 5 Grille 15s on your side, 3 or 4 baby waffles, 2 or 3 Borsigs, you know, how can you judge the performance of any of those tanks? It's not a honest representation of how that tank performs 100%, because it's not a typical game 100%. And so the kind of like the on grill or on track to the grill event has to finish before you can really say, okay, it's pretty decent, okay, it sucks balls, okay, it's really good, you know, before you can kind of make any judgments. And I'm not judging anybody here, I'm just saying it's kind of, you know, and because it's not even World of Tanks, it's World of lightly armored TDs, you know. It's not even World of Tanks, it's not even our game, our typical game out there. So it's kind of, and that kind of really screwed with me when I initially got the Grille 15. And not changing my opinion on anything, I think it's just, it's an okay tank, you know, it's definitely 100%, like I said before, it's not OP. And I'd have a hard time recommending this tank over the waffle, you know, even though I know what the waffle is and I know what kind of serious damage it does to the game and our quote-unquote reputation, you know. But to the, you know, to the console, World of Tanks console reputation, you know, because they laugh at us. But you know, but I'd still have a tough time recommending this tank, you know, because this is it's a glass cannon TD straight up 100%. You know, it has its drawbacks, it has its positives. It's got really nice aim time, great for, you know, popping in and out of cover, taking those quick shots, great accuracy. But it is a glass cannon. Then definitely I would say, you know, playing it this morning, you know, it does not have that fear factor. You know, I've held down entire flanks single-handed in my Death Star, you know, and that was okay, 100% because of the gun and because of the alpha, but it was also because they feared it at the same time. You know, they didn't want to get one-shotted, they didn't want to get blasted, they feared it. And definitely playing in the Grille 15, there isn't a fear factor, you know. Yeah, you know, they fear it being in the back unseen, you know. And but if you're up against it, you know, you just drive to the side of the Grille 15, drive behind it, perma-track it. So there's not a fear factor when it comes to the Grille 15, you know, so, like you get with the Death Star or the Waffentrager E100. So yeah, so anyhow, I'm going to be commentating on the next game, which was kind of like my best game so far. But anyhow, see you in the next battle. Okay, Grille 15, we're on Dukla Pass, one of the newer maps, and we shall be heading over to, what is it, the J9 area. There's a little set of rocks there with some nice cover, fantastic for a TD, but in order for this to work, you can see the speed on this thing, you know, very, very decent, 55, 60, but in order for this strategy to work, I'm gonna need backup. You know, I'm gonna need spotters. I'm gonna need people. I want the basically the Reds to come down the flank down the 9-0 line. The Reds to come down and be engaging my targets while I sit at the back and basically blast them to Kingdom Come. That's my strategy. Anyway, in this tank. Initially, and as you can see, I don't have that much backup, so I'm going to be mostly reliant on myself. Now initially when I do come up here, I picked the wrong spot because it is you know, it's a brand new map, so I'm not 100% familiar with the ins and outs, especially down in the middle. Actually, you know, I think I've ventured down into the town area only on 1 or 2 occasions, but and now as you can see, I'm repositioning myself where I originally wanted to be. So the only tank down here is a scout and a heavy. So as you can see, lovely dense foliage, not necessarily bushes, they're more trees. There are some gaps in the trees, so got to be aware of that. Do have permanent camo on the tank and regular camo, and the skills and perks associated with that as well. And as you can see, when I take my first shot on the ST1, I easily pen him, and to boot, I do not get lit up. So for now, I'm loading up my own targets, which is great for, you know, XP, etc, etc. I'm lighting them up and shooting them. So, but anyhow, do get lit up. Possibly, maybe that's the waffle, the baby waffle. He might have some fantastic skills and perks associated with view range. So as soon as I shot my gun, you know, my position was revealed. So I'm preparing to take my next shot, and you can see the Grille 15 has a really decent speed, not just forwards but backwards as well. So as soon as I take that shot, I'm able to duck and cover without getting return fired. And but on that occasion, I didn't get lit up. But yeah, take out the C10, I do get lit up this time. You can see there's a gap to my left. I'm thinking that's what was going on, combined with the fact that there was a baby waffle out there. Somebody's requesting that I pull back. Signal negative. Next victim is the Carney. Do I need to pull back? Yes, I do. Low roll there. They're trying to shoot at me, but you know, they're not quick enough. It's one thing I do like about the Grille, which is, you know, the reverse speed is very, very decent. Combined with a really great gun depression, you're good to go basically. So we're waiting for the camo to kick in. Now I can take my shot. So yeah, I was refusing to take my shot till my camo kicked in, and at the same time when my camo kicked in, my binocs kicked in, and that's when the Reds kind of got lit up. It just kind of sends out a beam. But anyhow, and this position is kind of it's in jeopardy somewhat, because you can see there's a T-54. I'm wondering what his intentions are, and I switched to compass mode and anticipating that he was going to come for me, but it looks like, you know, he just got a kill, so possibly maybe he was gunning for somebody else. Now this position is no longer going to be viable, because I think that gap has become really big between the trees, and I'm too close to the Reds, you know, for this position to work anymore. So I'm gonna have to consider other options, definitely 100%. So I'm trying to shake off my sixth sense before I consider my next move. And the first thing I'm gonna do is come around the corner and pounce on the waffle. Very tough, not very tough. Be apprehensive about auto aiming in this tank. because of the limited traverse to the left and the right, and the traverse speed in general. You know, it's a little bit on the slow side. You know, so those two things to consider. Absolutely 100%. And I believe the waffle gets taken out. Yeah, there we go. Already takes out the waffle. Now this is kind of, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Possibly, maybe I should have been much more aggressive here, but that's easier said than done. When you're in a glass cannon, when you're in a TD that's only forward facing, and you're faced with 2-3 reds in front of you. So I mean, if I was more aggressive, perhaps I would be saying right about now, and this is where I died, you know. So you kind of have to, yeah, you know, because I lose contact with these gentlemen and they kind of disappear and I haven't got a clue where they are. So, and now I've kind of lost control of the situation, whereas before I kind of sort of had the upper hand. I was in charge of this flank, so to speak, if you can call it that, because, you know, truth be told, I haven't lost any hit points. I've inflicted a buttload of damage, and you know, I've severely wounded this flank, but they got through at the end of the day, and my teammates down here are now dead. And now the Dukla Pass unknown factor comes into play. I'm not aware of this area at all, you know, so you can see my cruise control is not on. You know, I don't know where to go, what to do, you know, where's a good rock, where's a good house, oh, this is a good spot, oh, this is a good bush, etc, etc. You know, I'm just unfamiliar with this area, and at the same time, you know, are these hidden reds sniping on my compadres on the other side, you know, or are they in the back up north? You know, they've joined the push up north. Where are they? And you can see one of the TDs, the T10 does get lit up, but I'm afraid of an ambush. You know, I'm afraid of an ambush. So I kind of lose my sixth sense and I venture back in. And, you know, he who dares wins, etc, etc. You just can't sit all the way back and just, you know, hope the game swings in your favor. Okay, nice shot into the T54. Happy with that trade, but at the same time, you know, if I go in there and try and attack him, you know, 100% he could be baked and I will be done and dusted within 2 minutes, because anything that hits me will pen me. So I'm trying to assess the whole situation. You can see hardly anybody is lit up on the red team, you know. Either they're just camping, hiding really well, or again, you know. And I know if you strip away the vegetation and houses here and you kind of looked beyond, you know, what's in front of me, it would be a large bowl. So I'm wondering, are the reds on the other side of this valley of the town? Every time I'm lit up, do they see me? I'm definitely limited, and you can see this is where the tank is definitely not shining. I could use that speed to head into town, but when it's unfamiliar territory, what's the point? You know, where are you going to go? You're just literally going to be rushing into town like a bat out of hell, like a headless chicken, with no plan, hoping, you know, you don't pass someone too quick so you can one-shot them. So look at the amount of reds: 3 heavies, one medium, 1 scout. Well, you know, there's just too many unknowns. So I just need to approach these T10 smart, cautiously. Keep in mind the T54 is still out there. Chieftain, no. There we go, we take him out. Pops out. He rolled a dice and he kind of paid the price. So we're losing 9-10. And at this side, I did take out the T-54. Did I take out the T-54? I guess I did. And now this is where I literally I didn't have nothing up my sleeve, you know. I did not have nothing up my sleeve. If I was in a Death Star, maybe. If I'm in an E100, maybe. You know, when it comes to multiple reds, multiple targets, then when you kind of see the vulnerability of this tank, or what it can and can't do. And you know, I didn't have nothing up my sleeve, you know, truth be told. And again, you know, the weaknesses of the tank are exposed, sort of kind of thing. And finally Artie makes an appearance. But the tank is decent, you know, the tank is just, simply put, it's just a pure sniper. It's there for support, 100%. I don't want to be putting anybody off. And, yeah, cock up that big time. You know, I really thought I wasn't auto-aimed on the guy. But it's a pure sniper. It 100% is. And if you just understand that, you know, that it's just a gun with a bit of speed, and you're there for support. I don't see this tank carrying that many games unless you're 100% familiar with all the bushes and all those spots, etc, etc. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed Grille 15. I like it. It's okay. It's not, you know, but it's okay. It's okay. Leave you guys with one more game, and that is on Prokhorovka. No commentary. Take it easy. Adios, muchachos.